Chairman.
Let me see if I can kind of bring the focus back down to a neighborhood situation.
Okay.
Take Lakeview, for example, where, you know, the neighborhood folks wanted the concrete road instead of the asphalt road. Well, because I guess that maybe saved some money, you know, that worked out fine and the neighborhood got their wish. Now, I never did hear the answer to your question as far as where that money went to that was saved. But in a neighborhood that I was affiliated with, and my only shot at the city council that was pretty discouraging was where I found that it seemed that they had a predisposed decision on how they wanted an area to go. And when I had signatures from the businesses up and down my business that did not want a particular business relocated, where they took the code and drove a square peg in a round hole. You know, they did it, I don't know if it was for political correctness or whatever, but anyway, I guess the gist of my question is, are you going to be open as a mayor to, you know, the neighborhood concerns when they don't parallel your particular vision?
Okay. Let's see, Mike, we'll just go down the line real quick and
Answer your question, very quick answer. Yes. And one reason, I know Mr. Cole, and this is East Hill. I was born and raised here. I know many of y'all. You're my friends. And you may say, well, I'm going to pick up the phone and call the mayor. Well, maybe I can't do that. But you can sure pick up the phone and call Mike. I can assure you of that, because I will listen. I have found during my term on the city council, and especially as been the mayor, that I have had a lot of success with neighborhoods and sometimes contentious issues of getting everybody in a room and trying to solve the problem. Dialogue and conversation is the only way we're going to solve a lot of these problems. You can't have a mayor who's just going to say this is the way it's going to be. He's got to work with citizens, you got to work with organizations, and I promise you I will do that, because I know the organizations, I know the neighborhoods, I know most of the people, and I'm ready to go.
okay, thank you, Mike. Ashton?
That's a great question. It's an easy question. The reality is beautification to a city is the key to driving revenues and values to a neighborhood. We hope that every neighborhood can look like East Hill, North Hill, Cordova Park. Our goal as the mayor is to raise the bar for every neighborhood. And, you know, just what I talked about in 2004, I called up Jody Skelton and said, Jody, I need to come down and see you. I went down there and told him what I wanted to do. He was open to it. I think what you find in neighborhood associations, a lot of times you have some great associations that get things done. Other associations talk about it. But just like government, you've got to pick out who the leaders are within that organization, and you've got to go down to City Hall and make it happen. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, because the city of Pensacola, we have over $500,000 right now in the tree fund. We need to spend it. We need to beautify the city. We need to be doing this right now. When you come out of the airport, look what the four-way stop is at Bayou Boulevard and 12th Avenue. These are things that have been going on forever. These are the things I've heard from East Hill all day long about potholes. When are we going to fix these? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do that? People are tired of it. So your question is very, very important to keeping people, you know, feeling good about their neighborhood and raising the values. So I can promise you I'll have an open door policy. You want my cell phone now?
Right.
Well, I interpreted the question to mean, will the mayor champion neighborhood issues as opposed to the issues of people who are not part of the neighborhood, as in development, as in rezoning? And I have a track record of championing neighborhood issues, whatever they are, because it is your neighborhood. And that is absolutely, you know, I have the track record. I mentioned the Golden Oaks subdivision, my own Pine Glades neighborhood. During my term, we had the issue of Hancock Bank wanting to rezone part of its triangle there at Summit, and Copley, I think is the name of the road, and the residents there in Cordova Park facing that absolutely did not want it. They were concerned about noise. Well, I spoke against it. We defeated that. You know, we went with the neighborhood and not the business or the developer. And that will always be my priority. Neighborhoods will always be my priority regardless.
Good. Cool.
I will definitely not speak for city council, but I would say in the mayor's office that my vision is a citizen-led vision. and it's not a mandate. You can talk to my wife about how long it took me to come up with the core issues in my campaign on that card that you have, the things that I thought were important, and then I talked to citizens about them and talked to different groups about them to find out what it is that citizens want from their government. And so for me, it would always have the input, and I would hope that everyone would have representation from a neighborhood association. It's my goal to have one, not as close as a park is to everyone, because I understand it's like within a quarter mile or something, some really short distance. Everyone lives within a park, over 93 parks. But I would like everyone to have some type of representation, a little more formal than being just an average citizen, although I always listen to average citizens. But if a neighborhood association or if someone takes the time to bring together people, do signatures, they will always have an ear from me.
Okay. All right, thank you, candidates. Appreciate you being here. I'm sure these four will hang around. If you have questions, you're welcome to do that. James, what do we need to do in this room? Anything? Yeah. It's okay to hang around for a few minutes. Ask some questions. Pump the fist, whatever you like. East Neighborhood Association, if you haven't paid your dues, pay them. Thank you.